This is Sherridean, your inspirational fine artist. Now, I have a question for you. Do you think children should practice creating horror art? Let's talk about it in a few seconds. I find this is a very important topic and we need to understand a little bit more of it. And you know, my usual thing I told you, I am not judging, but I'm just going to be sharing some information with you. Stay tuned.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hi, so we're looking at should children create horror art? Is it good for them? Are there any side effects? Let's talk about it. I have found, and it's coming up more and more, that children are becoming more and more confident drawing horrific form of art. And this is something we have to really delve into and understand. We've seen that in our society. Some use art to capture gory shapes and forms, mutated human form, disfigured faces, brutally beaten, and the list goes on. Scary and morbid. And these are like paintings. Sometimes these are like sculptures, and these are like drawing, which is like unlike any art form. You know, if you're looking at a movie, there's a build-up. You know something is going to happen. But when you have art, it is hitting you right in the face, the goriness, whatever horror, it is hitting you right there. And society has, become accustomed to it. But the problem is when a child begins to practice doing the very same thing. When a child is drawing it, they are no longer just watching it, but now they have become part of the process. And let me tell you, images are very powerful. Images have the ability to reframe or create realities into your lives because your mind, your eyes, your senses are picking up these images, and these images now become implanted in their mind and in their psyche and in their subconscious. So what they do with these images affects how they feel. And when I began to do some research, and I had an IG live discussion on this, and it just came back to me one more time. You know what? Let me share what I have learned, because some of the persons who were listening on the IG live, they actually told me they were very, grateful for the information, and I thought, let me record it and have it for you here. Let's look at some of the side effects. One of the side effects which affects a child, especially a young child, when practicing drawing scary, dismembered shapes or forms, it affects their sleeping habits. It affects their sleeping habits. In fact, some complain about having bad dreams. The Bible talks about your dreams made up of the multiple of things that you're doing. So when a child becomes part and parcel of drawing these things, they'll say that's just an innocent thing. Yeah, innocent, but it's affecting them. It could affect them. Another thing that they observe, that children who create these kind of art, they find it harder to distinguish between spookiness that is drawn and what really exists. Sometimes because they've been drawing it so much, they don't want to go and sleep, or if they're afraid that this spookiness will be, experienced in their rooms. Should a child be exposed to this? All right, and let's go again. This is very important for us to know. Another point is that it makes them anxious and edgy. They are uncertain what will pop up, what will happen, and they have a fear of dread. Something bad could happen out of nowhere. And this is from just drawing images. All right. So therefore, and another point, and my fourth point is that they find it hard to distinguish between right and wrong. They're insensitive now to killing and dismembering and disfiguring human forms. So, do you think children should be allowed to practice drawing horror in art? Don't compare them to the maturity of an adult who might look at a horror and say it doesn't do them anything. A child is more vulnerable to images and to impact. I cannot tell you what to do, but I can share this bit of information. What goes into the eye gate enters into the mind, then into the emotion, and it becomes a reality for a child. Consider again what you allow your children to draw and how it affects them. And then the discussion comes up. But what if while creating art and something horrific comes up? That's a different context. And we can even talk about this a bit more, because sometimes your work of art may reflect negative things that are going on in that child. And in that situation there, the child can be helped and guided along the way. But bear in mind, I'm not looking at that kind of creation. I am looking at when a child feels comfortable to sit down and to draw a dismembered human being, to draw a gun being fired to kill. That's what I'm talking about. So consider the side effects of drawing and creating horrific art and decide, is this what you want for your child? This is Sherridean Skeet, your inspirational fine artist. Take care and be careful what you look at.